And welcome back to another edition of the Real Kindness Games. I'm Kate Sean, and this is.
I'm Tim, but where were the pew pews?
Oh, forgot the pew
What
pews.
just happened? Go back. Go back.
Welcome to the Real Kindness Games.
Thank you.
Pew 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 pew. Yeah,
I
we
don't
can't
even
have
think
the Real
we could have
Kindness
moved
Games without the
forward.
pews. Well, Tim, thank you for calling me out on that because the Real Kindness Games would not be without the pew pew pews.
I was
But
lost.
really, I know, I was too. But really, the Real Kindness Games is about shedding light on our personal biases and encouraging kindness by modeling curiosity in our conversations. It's so that we can appreciate another human for their unique perspectives and experiences to help heal our communities. As humans, we have far more in common than that what divides us, as long as we're okay with it.
Absolutely.
So,
So,
Tim, what are we talking about today?
yeah, last time we talked about false choices, the false dichotomy of choices, or whatever. I don't know. You use college words. I don't really do college words. I just try to keep it real kindness. But that actually leads into what we're talking about today. So, as just a way to paint a picture, there was probably like a 8-year, 10-year period to where I did a lot of work around and with victims of domestic violence. And like some people will say, like, "Oh, Tim, don't call them victims, call them survivors." Well, but here's the truth of the matter: most of the people I worked with remained victims because, and I'm not belittling anybody, but to become a survivor takes a serious set of difficult choices and actions to move out of your victimhood and towards something new. But the fact remains that to remain a victim also takes a set of choices. It's just a set of choices that you're already in and you need to keep making. And the reason this comes on the heels of the false choices topic is because abusers will give their victims false choices to keep them locked into the relationship, to keep them locked into the family, with the kids, with all of these different things. And there comes a point in time to where you have to make a decision that says, these are not my only choices. I have a different set of choices. I can still have my kids. I can still have my family. I can still have relationships in a better place, in a better, more healthy way. And so this is not about domestic violence specifically, but it is about that victim mentality. And it doesn't take the extreme set of domestic violence to put you in to a victim mentality. You can have a victim mentality about your economical station. I mean, maybe your family comes, never really made a lot of money, didn't really have a career path, and now you feel like you don't have a career path either. You don't have a way to get there. It could be something as like overeating and being overweight. My entire family is overweight, and for me, weight is a struggle because I like to eat. I've learned a lot of behaviors, and I'm always having to. Well, actually, my wife gives me the false choices. Hey, do you want to be that way, or do you want to move on? And I'm like, I like being a victim of my body. But this is a serious topic too, right? Because like we talked about with false choices being a control mechanism, that leads to that victim mentality to where we have an entire mental condition that allows outside controls to control us, whether they're people or groups or our out of control desires and addictions. Does that make sense to you, Kekishan?
Yeah, it does. It does. And and Tim, you and I have talked about this plenty of times. I myself am a survivor of domestic violence, and I say survivor now because years and years ago I would be in that victim category because I really thought the world was against me. I couldn't open myself up. I couldn't open myself up to support or friendship or to good relationships because I thought that people were just going to hurt me.
Right.
And just because of one person's actions, I made myself just closed off to any like positive interactions that I could have had with other people in my life. And so you're absolutely right. It's all about choices and it's all about mindset. I had to make the choice to move on and to stop thinking of myself as a victim and to stop thinking of the world as something that was against me, and really to understand that it's really all about community. It's about support. I knew that there were people out there who were willing to help me and to support me and to help me guide me like into the new path into my life. And I'm so much happier now. Like we've talked about this. I'm an excited person,
Yeah.
and life is great. And it's all about being able to say, no, the world is not against you. The world is with you for the most part, as long as you try to understand where other people are coming from.
Yep.
And Tim, you're right. Like it's not just about domestic violence, right? Like you could have gotten fired from your job. You could have gotten laid off. And you could think, oh my God, I can't believe my company did this to me. Oh my God, I can't believe my management did this to me. But really, it's about taking a step back and using that moment as your lesson learned.
Yeah.
What could I have done differently? What could the company have done differently? Where can I go now? Right? Like use it as an opportunity instead of just kind of plopping down and going, well, I can't go further than this. This is where the train ends. So I really do think that it is all about choices and that mindset. What do you think?
I agree. And I'm pretty impressed that you like let everybody know about your background. That's awesome. And I appreciate that you shared it with me. And I appreciate that you shared it with our audience. That takes a hugely strong person to make that set of choices and to walk that new path. So bravo, Kehkashan.
Thank you. Thank you. Took a lot of time, but it really is all about our community and the people in our lives.
And you know what? Oh, can I do the NPR moment now?
Yes.
So here's the thing. If you are caught in an unhealthy mindset, this becomes a victim mentality, whether it's food, alcohol, domestic violence, poor management, a political ideology, a religious ideology, whatever it is. And by the way, like I have my politics and I'm also a Christian. So I am saying that all of these things can be healthy, but there's a time and a place to where your mental state goes to a place of unhealthy, right? And so how do we get out of that? First of all, we need to reevaluate the assumptions of our life. Does everything need to be this way? Are my choices I'm proud of and that I want to live with for the rest of my life? You don't have to live with your choices. There will always be repercussions. There will always be consequences, but you can change, man, my NPR thing. You can change. You can chart a new path. And the first step is to realize that there is a new path available to you. And then reach outside of your circle of people to people who are unaffected by your victim mentality and talk to them about what options are available to them and what options they see are available to you. Because sometimes people see more possibility in our lives than we see in our own. And then set a goal, chart a path, form a bond, create a compact with somebody who is unaffected by your circumstances and say, hold me to this, help me through this. I need your strength to move forward, and take action and start walking and break your mental bounds, the thing that ties you to whatever unhealthy situation or mindset you find yourself in. Chart that course, make a plan, find some strength in somebody else, and walk that path. And that sounds super easy, but it's super difficult.
Hard.
And but you know what? I know several people that have made the decision. Kehkashan has made the decision. Lots of people have made the decision to change a major thing about their life because they realized that it's unhealthy. And me, my father, he died a couple years ago and he was in his 60s. He was an entrepreneur and he was making like $40,000 a year when he died. Like my family, not wealthy. We live out in the cornfield, but we're proud, right? And we're a good family. Me, myself, I left the cornfield. I didn't know anybody outside the cornfield. I went and got involved in government. I went and got involved in corporate security. Now I'm in a Fortune 100 company. And that was not easy. I didn't know anybody there. But you identify a goal, you reach out to people outside of your circumstance that can help you understand how to get there and that you can draw on their strengths. And you walk that path and you'll stumble, but you can get there.
Ooh, man, Tim, your NPR moments are just getting better and better every day. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I love your story about your family and like the way that you kind of just broke away and went to the government side. So thank you for sharing that as well. And thank you for giving me the space to be safe and feel protected. So
Yeah,
appreciate
that's
that.
awesome. And by the way, I will add in there that how much money you make has nothing to do with how successful you are.
Nope.
So
it's about what's in here.
yeah, and it's about you living the life that you are passionate about. All right.
Agreed.
The Real Kindness Games.
That's it. See y'all next time.
Bye.